I can recall my very first automobile ride, and for this I was indebted to the Hamblets. We drove in a huge touring car, Mother and Grammy Hamblet all done up in veils, and picnicked beside the road. It was an exciting day for all of us, for picnicking in a car was relatively rare, and to drive out of town with a hamper of food was a great adventure. I remember this picnic especially because it had been suggested on the spur of the moment, which added to the fun. Most of our food came from a Portland establishment known as the Royal Bakery. Some of its offerings were superb and some mediocre, but it did make clubhouse sandwiches so well that the memory of them still lingers on my palate as a standard of perfection. When I wandered about the world as a young man, there were few chances for really good picnics till I lived in England, where picnicking is one of the greatest of outdoor pleasures. I remember being taken to the races at Epsom, and having my first introduction to a Fortnum and Mason hamper, complete with raised pie, cold birds, wine, cheese, fruit, and all sorts of elegantly prepared items, which looked as if they had just left the kitchen. All of this was enjoyed at a table set with good china and glasses, and then and there my whole idea of picnics came into focus. I knew that a picnic worth doing at all was worth doing with a hell of a lot of care, and this belief has remained with me ever since. Even when I have car-side picnics in Europe and in America, there are good glasses along, good forks and knives, and if possible, china plates. I would rather smuggle a few dirty plates into my hotel to wash, wherever I happen to be, than eat food on paper plates. I suppose the new ones with plastic coating are all right, but there is something aesthetically satisfying about a handsome plate and a linen napkin when you are sitting beside your car or by a stream, eating sausage and cheese and drinking a pleasant red wine of the country. Several years ago I was doing a lot of traveling to and from the eastern shore of Maryland. Two friends of mine, Henry and Bettina McNulty, with whom I had shared some lovely picnics in France, decided to join me on a few of my trips. On one occasion we reminisced about our French picnics, and notably one when Alice Toklas roasted as delicious a chicken as ever I ate, and I, who was settled in a hotel, had searched around early on Sunday morning for the best treats the market offered. I had found a pâté of duckling en croûte that Alice praised as the best she had ever eaten, some remarkably good cooked ham from Milan, a selection of cheese and salad greens. The McNultys contributed stuffed eggs, various tidbits for hors d'oeuvre, a superb gâteau, and 2 magnums of champagne. Equipped with oversized linen napkins and baccarat glasses, we settled down in a peaceful meadow about 30 kilometers from Paris, and ate with the greatest of delight for hours, consuming both magnums of champagne. The McNultys and I recreated much the same kind of picnic on our Maryland journeys. Some of them, I confess, enjoyed in stolen corners of the Howard Johnson Reserves on the New Jersey Turnpike. But we had our baccarat, our good damask, our china, and we ate fillet of beef, salad, bread, and cheese.